Hi, boys and girls. How are you today?
Good.
Are you good? Do you guys know who I am? Do you know what my name is?
Miss Mary.
Miss Mary, right. And do you know who I'm married to? No? I'm married to the governor. And I'm so glad that you guys came today to let me read you a story. Do you want me to read you a story? Good, because you know what? I love to read. And this is a book I used to read to my children when they were little. And now they're all grown up. And now I have grandchildren. And I read this book to my grandchildren sometimes. And they love it too. This book is called Miss Twiggley's Tree. Funny Miss Twiggley lived in a tree with a dog named Puss and a color TV. She did what she liked, and she liked what she did, but when company came, Miss Twiggley hid. "It's not that I do not like people," said she, "but one gets a bit shy when one lives in a tree." She named her dog Puss. He didn't mind that. "My very best friend," he said, "is a cat." Oh, Miss Twiggley was friendly with bears. "They shed on the sofa," she said, "but who cares? They don't find me odd, and I'm grateful for that. I don't think they'd mind if I slept in my hat." And just to be sure, she slept in her hat. She slept in her hat, but she made up her bed and she swept and she dusted until the bears said they were thoroughly tired of being so neat and refused when she asked them to hold up their feet. Now, Puss was clever, a smart dog indeed. He did the shopping for things they would need, groceries and clothing and tools for repairs. Bones for himself and jam for the bears. But whenever he shopped for Miss Twiggley's meals, the town dogs teased him and snapped at his heels. So poor Puss shivered as scared as could be, and he hurried back home to his safe and sound tree. Miss Twiggley and Puss were happy up there, high above ground in a house in the air. "Simply disgraceful," said people in town, "to live in a tree and never come down." The wife of the mayor was the maddest of all. "To not be at home when I come to call is unforgivable, and besides that, I have been told that she sleeps in her hat. My husband must know of a town law," said she, "against things of that kind going on in a tree." She marched to the mayor. "Now what can you do? That house in the tree is spoiling our view. Miss Twiggley's a nuisance. No town should allow a person to hang up their wash on a bough. The smoke from her chimney is causing a smog, and she lives, so they say, with some bears and a dog." The poor mayor sighed. "My dear, I agree, but more pressing problems are bothering me. The weather report says it's going to rain. I hear we are in for a wild hurricane." It did rain for a week and a month and a day. The wind blew a gale and the bridge washed away. The town was cut off, its people afloat. Whatever went by they used for a boat. The road and the meadow was one stormy sea, and right in the middle stood the house in the tree. Miss Twiggley had battened her hatches and checked her supply of tea and dry matches. "String up some hammocks," she called to the bears. "Puss, you build platforms for spare beds and chairs. We may have some collars, and wet ones at that. I'll go change the bows on my best sleeping hat. I'll get right to work on a big pot of stew to be sure there'll be plenty to feed quite a few. She put on the kettle and buttered some bread. Now let them all come. I'm ready, she said. They're coming, called Puss, who perched way up high holding a spyglass close to his eye. Ahoy, called the mayor. Miss Twiggley, yoo-hoo! Is there room in your house for a wet friend or two? There's room for you all, Miss Twiggley replied. Climb up where it's warm. Come up and be dried. They hauled up the mayor and the chief of police and sweet Trudy Wilmot, the grocery man's niece. Pigs came in their trough. A wet mother cat arrived with her kittens aboard a straw hat. The dogs of the town came swimming right up. Big dogs and small dogs and one frisky pup. But plump Mrs. Honk was afraid of the stairs, and little Joe Pettibone didn't like bears. Don't fret, Mrs. Honk, Miss Twiggley said. You won't mind the height when you're tucked into bed. And Joe, my big bears are as tame as can be. They don't spill a crumb when I ask them to tea. In the very last boat, bedraggled and wet, was the wife of the mayor looking upset. She felt so ashamed of the words she had said when her hostess declared, I fixed you my bed. Miss Twiggley's new friends were cozy and warm, sheltered and fed and out of the storm. Though the wind made the rain go splittery splat, the mayor's wife slept safe and sound in the hat. Old Puss, once so shy, forgot all his fear. The town dogs were nice. He was glad they were here. They pretended the house was like Noah's Ark. They played games and sang until long after dark. Now the townsfolk were glad, just as pleased as could be, that funny Miss Twiggley lived in a tree. And Miss Twiggley found out something wonderful too. When emergencies come, you don't think about you. You help all you can, and you never ask why. And the first thing you know, you forget to be shy. What did you think about that book?
I liked it.
Did you like it, Jay?
Me too.
Me too. It's one of my favorites.